Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Garage Shop Insider. We have another edition today, another show for you. My name's Tim Packman. And before we get started, like I do every show, thank you so very much for all of you that tune in and watch and who give us a like and a subscription and answer your questions. We'll put them out there, and we'll be glad to help. Today's guest is Tony Brown, son of Aaron Brown, who couldn't be with us today, and he has no idea we're doing this show today. But anyhow, Tony, we have got you down as the controller and the business manager here. What does that mean for the garage shop? Because there is a business side to this that someone has to handle.
I always think of it as like I enable people here to do their job well. And that's how I kind of get a lot of enjoyment out of my work, by helping them be successful at their job, and then seeing at the end of the day, as it goes down the chain, seeing the person driving the car, like Vance or Wayne or Mark, be pretty happy with the car at the end of the day.
Well, also someone has to buy the supplies.
Someone has to
pay for the supplies, order the supplies,
and organize all the behind the scenes and all that,
and then invoice people for your services and everything.
Yeah.
It's not just like we're working on. Oh, someone will take care of all that. Yeah.
Sometimes it would be nice if it was like that, depending on what's going on. But somebody has to do it, and it falls upon me most of the time.
Your brother says they call you the handler.
They do.
Okay.
They do. For some reason.
Probably because you handle all the stuff. Yeah. So we talked about Australia with your brother. You were boots on the ground. You were like led the way on that whole thing. You went out there for the initial visit and everything. So tell us about what all that entailed. You're the one that actually set up the cars getting shipped, correct?
Yeah, I was part of that from the start to the end. We went out in November, late November.
Yep.
We flew out there and met with some logistics guys at Sky Projects, Peter. Super cool guy, super cool company he has. And they set us up really good on getting they know their stuff. So if you ever can take cars at a race, I'd recommend them highly. So we went from there in Brisbane, then went over to Adelaide, met some people there that race in that race out there, and went out there with them to Mount Ive and the Salt Flats and checked everything out just to get like a feel for it, like kind of like a dry run. That way you know what you're getting yourself into when you're bringing, all the equipment and cars and other people. And
so how far the trip, what was it from like where you were to like in Australia to get out to, your brother talked about that the rain washed out the roads. Like how rural is it to get through to where the track is? So
you leave out of Adelaide and it's about 3 hours on the highway system there. And then you'll be out in the middle of nowhere. It's a town called Iron Knob. It's a old, I think they do iron ore there. Huge. If you look on Google Earth, it's pretty cool. Mine there. And you'll take a right, and it'll just be a dirt road into nothingness. And it'll just be this dirt road, and about less than 2 miles off of the dirt road, you lose service, and that's the last time you have service while you're out there. Right. So you're kind of going down this dirt road, and you look left, and you look right, and you're like, man, there's like nothing here. Where am I going? And so we drove down there, and we learned that there are actually there's some sheep stations, farmers, and stuff like that out there, and they're all very nice people. And so the station everybody stays at is called Mount Ive, and so they have a bit of like a accommodation set up for tourism and stuff like that. Nothing crazy. And there's not going to get no 5-star resort, but you'll get a nice bed and AC, which is nice, right. And that good stuff. And so it's about another 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours on that dirt road. So
wait, so you've done 3 hours on the road, and then you've done 3 hours on a dirt road.
Yeah.
And it's not probably...
It's up, down, hilly. It's actually kind of crazy is like the cattle guards there, which I guess are sheep guards because they're not for cattle.
Right.
They're narrow. Like some of them we barely fit through, and we're just in a little rental car, like a little 4-wheel rental car, all-wheel drive rental car. I'm like, how the hell do they bring like trailers through this? Yeah, haulers through here. And I asked them, and they said people do it all the time. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's not my problem. That's somebody else's problem to drive through. But no, it was really cool. We drove out to the actual salt itself, and it's it's like it's way different than you would ever expect. You know, they always talk about Bonneville is so much.
So
different.
I was going to say, so compared to Bonneville,
Yeah,
because we've done enough videos there.
And you've been to Bonneville, and a lot of people have. You go out there, and it's kind of otherworldly. You know, it's really cool and unique and very special for what it is. But you go out there, and it's kind of the same feeling, but like even to another degree.
Okay.
Because I think part of it's because you have such a trip to get out to it. It's not just, I'll go down the interstate, pop it right off the road, and I'm here. And then I can go back into town and be fine. Right. It's like, no, I got to make a conscious effort to go 3 hours on this dirt road, hope nothing happens because I have no backup plan. Right. I have no flat tires, spare tires.
I can't call anybody, yeah.
We learned afterwards that they all have UHF radios there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, that'd have been nice to know when we went. Because like we went down this road and we were there for about 3-4 days, kind of just driving around, hanging out 3 days. And I don't think I've seen a single other person.
Really?
Besides, you know, you go to the station in the afternoon. I don't think I've seen a single other person on the road driving around. Nothing.
Wow.
So if you got stuck out there, it might be a while.
So then you went out and you checked out the track of the racing area.
We didn't drive on it. We just went out there and kind of walked to the edge of it and felt it. And the surface, like it was like almost like kind of like a sandpaper feel. Like it was very abrasive. Okay. And that was really cool. And it was just like smooth as could be. And what's really cool is how they have the track set up. Is it's kind of oriented to like a northeast. Mm-hmm. So if you look to the northeast, they kind of like there's a mountain range on one side and on the other, and then it's just the salt flats and it kind of over the horizon. Okay. And it's just salt. You know, like Bonneville, you see the floating mountain at the end. But here it's nothing. Okay. It's just sky into the horizon.
I don't know where I'm going, but here we go.
But pretty much, it's like I guess you just keep going if you wanted.
Right.
But that's cool.
So you got out there, so you did, and then when you were ready to go back is when Mother Nature, so like your brother said, washed out the roads. Yeah. Yeah. They
said there's 2 roads there, or 2 like kind of like mini crossing creeks, I guess. Mm-hmm. So obviously in the when it's dry, it's no big deal, and it doesn't usually rain there a lot. But our experience,
like they say in NASCAR, you want some rain, bring NASCAR to town. So this time, in the Salt Flats, they brought speed racing.
They pretty much everywhere we go, it will rain. Rains at Bonneville, El Mirage, and, Australia, and historical rain. Like it never rains there. Right. And all of a sudden, you get like a year worth of rain in 2-3 weeks, and it's like, what's the chances? Yep. You know, but it's always funny. You know, Tim Clements. Oh yeah. He always tells me, he goes, "You guys need to buy rain jackets." Trust me, you'll buy rain jackets and you'll pack them and you'll never use them.
Sounds like Tim.
I'm starting to kind of believe him, honestly.
Yeah, well, he's right once in a while. You know that, yeah.
I'm starting to believe him.
Yeah. So when you now all of a sudden it all rains out. And you're like, okay, but you had nothing had left the shop, right? It was all when it was canceled, everything was still. So nothing was loaded up and wasn't making its way to the racetrack.
No. Okay. So when it rained out, it's actually kind of bad. Well, it's good timing, but also terrible at the same time. Because obviously you made the effort to go out there, and it's not cheap to go out there either.
Sure, no.
And the day it rained was the weekend. It rained the weekend before we got there. We got there on a Wednesday, and it rained that weekend before. Okay. And they were kind of like iffy about it because they were supposed to do their go, no-go event inspection. Well, they couldn't get out there, so like, well, we're going to delay it and check the next weekend. Okay, well, all right. So we get there Wednesday. Thursday, we were able to go pick up the cars from the port or the warehouse or whatever it is, which is a unique experience in its own. It's the Rob Hurod is where the cars are at now, and they were going to be at. Rob's a super cool guy, and so he helped organize this whole transporter and had a good friend with him, Dean. That's super cool. That can drive it, and so we drive down there and follow him, and we go down there. And it's just packed. You know, there's people, everyone's trying to get their stuff and this and that. And they have this like huge like claw machine. And it picks up like a whole 40-foot container just right off the back of the truck and just drives off with it. And then he kind of like parks it back up. And it looks like he's like has it like positioned. It's like waiting for the next one just to come back around. But it's like, I don't know, it's kind of unique to see. I've never seen one up front. I'm like, the guy just got out of it. He left it on and just got out and walked away. And I was like, hey, what do you think if I just go jump in that? That'd be kind of fun. And Dean goes, no, we don't need you on the news. So you're talking about the truck, and they put it on the back of the trailer. So there they have the containers. At that point, we got lucky. Rob went down there the week before and unloaded the container for us because of the biosecurity of Australia. Sure. They want to make sure you're not bringing any bugs or anything like that could contaminate their environment, which I totally understand. I don't think they would want stink bugs and that stuff like we have. And so it was in the warehouse, luckily. So once we got all organized, backed up to the warehouse, got all loaded up, and then dropped off at Rob's. And then it was kind of at the point where like, well, the event, we have to leave in like 6 days. This is Thursday. Our plan was to leave Tuesday. And they don't know if they're having an event or not. So it's, do we wait until they decide? And they, at the time, they didn't really like, well, we don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to do a flyover on Saturday. It's like, okay, well, we need to do the timings. Like, we need to prepare as if we're going. Because if we don't, and then they decide we're good to go, then it's a panic. And
then you're on your way.
Yeah, then you're trying to, you're just in a panic to get everything on the way and get moving. And it's like, okay, well, let's prepare as we're going, get everything sorted, and not have any issues. So we got everything, got the cars started, and I think it was Saturday we got everything pretty much about ready to load. Like, you had the trailer backed up, had the cars kind of in position, all the pallets over there kind of broken down, and then they made their announcement, oh, yeah, we're canceled, the roads are really bad, they wash out because of the creeks, and I get it, because those roads kind of help service those farmers and with fuel and food and all that. So I don't think they want all of us going over it and destroying that road and messing it up. But at the same time, I was like, man, we just made this huge effort to get all the way out here.
Well, it's better than getting stuck out there.
That's true. Okay. Now, that would have been expensive.
Sure.
That would have been really expensive.
Yeah, I bet. Well, thanks for sharing all that with us. It's kind of interesting because the business side and the logistical side of what it takes to go racing, people don't really realize that. They just think they show up at the track or whatever, and everything's here already. Did you have any T-shirts made for that? Because we made T-shirts in the past. So.
We did. We made a special event shirt for it because it's our first time ever going to that event, and we thought it'd be really cool if all the people we worked with to help make a shirt, put it together, and something nice out there. And also, it's supposed to be, I think, the weather there varies during the event. Sometimes they say it's like, super hot, over 100 degrees, not windy at all, and just miserable. And as you know, if you're on the salt, that the sun hits the salt and will reflect up, so it's almost like you're getting boiled.
Well, yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Well, Bonneville, I mean, I had to wear sunglasses the whole time because if you take them off, it was blinding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's get some nice shirts, breathable shirts, so we're not, because they race pretty long days out there. I think from 7 a.m. or 7:30, they start, like basically sunrise, they start racing. They don't stop till almost sunset.
Okay.
So they're busy all day.
Full day, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, when we get there 8, and then we'll kind of, depending on the end of the day how we're feeling, maybe get a little early. And so we're like, let's get some nice shirts. And then so this is all in the midst of like we're trying to get things organized. We had another one pallet we wanted to air freight because we knew because of the rush of getting everything shipped out in the container, there's going to be some stuff left over to get sent later. And so we were like, all right, let's get these shirts made. And then we finally found somebody to make them here. And then Rob at the same time was like, hey, I got a guy, super cool guy. He'll make them for you too.
Sure.
And then it just like kind of all fell at the same time. Both of them were like, yeah, we'll make them for you. And since it was like a rush at the same time, it was like, well, I kind of made this big deal about getting these shirts made. I can't really tell them no after. I'm like, hey, I need these shirts like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I can't really be like, oh, actually, no, I'm just kidding. So we ended up getting 2 sets of shirts.
I was just going to order from both of them.
Yeah, one guy was in Australia and one was here. And
that's all right.
They both came out really nice, and one's a crew neck and one's like a collared shirt.
So they'll be for sale in November, or are they now, or at all?
I don't know.
Okay, got it.
Probably, maybe not. Probably not. Because one thing, a great thing that came out of this is we're going to be racing in November, and then that's a new event. They don't usually race in November, so they've added that to their schedule, and now they're going to have their normal event next year in March. So we're actually more looking at right now, maybe extending out and racing 2 events.
Okay.
Get some more value out of
the
our
cars
time.
are there.
Exactly.
Everything's
Cars are
there
there.
right now.
Everything's planned.
Sure.
And get some more value. If you can, and from November to March, it's like, well, we're already waiting that long now, so what's the difference?
That's good.
And so hopefully we get 2 events out of it. And I know Aaron might want to go there. He talked about next year, but it might be the year after now.
Sure. Right.
And I know he wants to go there too in this car at some point. That'd be kind of cool.
Interesting. Now, all of a sudden, you guys got a stable out there.
Yeah,
the garage shop in Australia.
Yeah, at some point we might need to have a deal. But we got really lucky with all the people out there I forgot that we met out there with, like I said, the logistics guy, Rob. There's the DLRA. The people have been just beyond generous with us and very supportive of what we want to do and very nice. And I'm incredibly thankful and appreciative of everything they've done for us. And Mike Brexton and Dave Parker as well. He's the one that drove out with us to the actual salt flats and checked it out with us. I think I laughed my ass off the whole way out there and back.
Why? Just because what you were seeing or what you weren't seeing?
Just no, it's just he just has a lot to talk about. He has a lot of stories and his experiences of his race. He comes from racing in Australia. On top of that, and it's just really cool to hear all those stories and it's just different than what I'm used to here.
Logbooks. What was?
Oh yeah, so we're in the midst of all of our chaos we had of getting not really chaos, but just a lot going on. And we decided to work with the DLRA and sponsor their logbooks for the year, and we put the 2 roadsters on the back, and then all those people that we worked with that we helped us along the way. And I believe they came out really nice. And so every new vehicle, I believe, there will have this logbook, and that'll be on the back cover.
So the logbook, it's for the driver, the teams that keep track of?
It'll be for every car that gets registered.
Got it. All right, yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll keep that logbook will stay with the car permanently.
Okay, got it. All right.
And just same way as the SCTA does it at Bonneville or El Mirage. And that'd be pretty. I think they came out really cool, and they kind of blended it. It was really, I thought was really cool. Is the front page of how they did the if maybe you can get the color of it, picture of it. It kind of blends the front page to the back page, so it kind of looks like it all blends together.
Oh, nice.
So
well done.
Kind of cool, yeah. I thought it was cool.
Before we wrap up, very important question. Did you see any kangaroos?
The whole time because we came back. And in November, we left the station in November, we were always told out there is you never want to drive at night. Because of the kangaroos and the different animals. Mostly kangaroos because they're dumb as a rock.
Right.
And you're kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of used to driving at night with animals and whatnot, and deer here. But it's they are really stupid. So we left kind of a little later in the morning, probably 7 or 8, and out of Mount Ive, this is in November, to come back to Adelaide. And we must have saw 50 or 60 kangaroos. Okay. I mean, they were everywhere. And they really are dumb as a rock. They'd be sitting there. They'd be at the edge of the road, and you'd be driving down. And, there's some sheep stuff around, too. The sheep will hear you, and their natural instinct's I'm going to turn around and go the other way. The kangaroo will sit there and go, what would I think I do? I'm going to jump right in front of it.
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, I must have missed probably 2 or 3 of them by less than 3 feet.
Okay.
Just barely missed them. And when you hit them, because they're they're
very muscle,
yeah, they're hitting a brick wall.
Yeah, they might be dumb, but they'll kick your ass.
Yeah, exactly. So saw a lot of them. So I came back and I'm telling all the guys about it. I'm like, so we go out there and just in February, and they're like, we got to go see some kangaroos. We have to see it. You keep telling us about kangaroos and the reds and the grays and the differences, so we're in Melbourne, and they're like, you kept telling us about these kangaroos, and we haven't seen a damn single kangaroo. And I'm like, well, yeah, we're in the middle of a city.
Right, yeah.
We're not in the outback, in the back of nowhere, or, we're in the middle of a city. Right. So it was after it got canceled, it was probably the last 2 days we were there. Yeah. Somebody looks up on their phone a park, a reserve. Right. And we had to go drive to the reserve and walk around it.
Just so you could see the kangaroo.
Just so they could see one kangaroo. So they could say they seen one.
What about koala bears?
I saw one in November, but I didn't see one. I didn't see one this time.
I was just curious.
But it was funny. It was kind of funny. It's this little fenced-in area reserve, and they have a little walking paths around it. So it says it has kangaroos, and we're walking around
looking up.
Where are these kangaroos at? And all of a sudden we're walking, you look up, and boom, there's one 10 feet away. Yeah. He's just sitting there looking at us. I'm like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he kind of just looked at us, and then kind of crawl away. And they can crawl on all fours.
Okay, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Disturbing to me.
Because you think
I'm thinking they'll hop away. No, but they get down and they crawl on all fours, and it's kind of this weird dog looking thing. I don't like it. Okay, when they crawl on all fours, it kind of bothers me.
That's all right.
And super quiet, and kind of wiggled around us and then hopped away.
Perfect.
And then we saw magpies, which I've never seen, and they sound like dial-up.
Like what?
Like a dial-up connection.
Oh, the old AOL?
Yeah. They sound just like that.
Okay.
It's kind of creepy.
That's a bird, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but they're white and black.
Okay.
So they had a whole kind of 6 or 7 of them, and there was one off in the distance. So we kind of just walked by, you're not really bothering them, just observing them, took some pictures. And then all of a sudden we get down there, and this other one that's way down there flies down and swoops by the other one And I'm like, oh boy, because he gets all mad. He takes off and starts chasing him.
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't know, we're getting out of here,
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to see this.
I don't want to see no bird violence going on.
Feathers flying.
Yeah.
Those are great stories. Thanks for sharing. Hey, appreciate you with you. Talking with Tony and controller, business manager, also known as the handler, Tony Brown. Everybody, thank you so much again for watching. We truly appreciate it. Like we always say, your questions are great. Hit the likes and subscribe and tell your friends, family, enemies, just everyone about the Garage Shop Insider, and we appreciate you. Thank you.